The following video may contain views and opinions that differ from yours. If you don't like it, tough shit. Hey boys and girls, well the title pretty much says it all, but I'm gonna start rambling anyway. So, here's the shocking concept that may actually blow the minds of some of you. Being offended doesn't mean you're automatically right. See, it's funny how shit seems to go in a circle, eh? Because I'm talking about a lot of things that are quite similar to shit I talked about 5 or 6 years ago. But it seems to be because a lot of people are now starting to bitch about the same things again they did half a decade ago. So I'm seeing a lot of posts on social media about frivolous, trivial shit, right? Because people are jumping to stupid conclusions, doing these leaps of logic, these backflips of logic and shit, as to how something could be construed as offensive to another group of people. Let's take the old sticky wicket of gender-neutral pronouns, because I've seen this one floating around a bit recently. Gender-neutral pronouns, right? You see people bitching about how certain terms aren't gender neutral and don't count, and how if you're using these, you're just being a smartass. Here's the deal, right? I feel like a lot of people who champion this sort of thing think way deeper than any of the people they bitch about this shit, okay? Let's take the word dude, for example, because whether satirically or not, I've seen people giving two different takes on this. I've seen a group of people, quoting Goodburger going, dude's gender neutral because he's a dude, she's a dude, I'm a dude, we're all dudes, hey? And then you see other people going, well, it's not a gender neutral pronoun, is it? It's a male pronoun. It's a male form of address. You're not going to call a woman dude, are you? You're not going to say you sleep with a dude and point to a woman. Well, see, here's the cool thing about the English language is certain words can mean certain shit depending on certain contexts, right? I'll get to that point in a bit. But anyway, the term dude. Now, the fact that people are getting fucking uppity about the word dude concerns me and kind of goes to prove my point about some people being massive softcocks. But it's the fact that, gender-neutral language, whatever, because your friends might be non-binary. Yeah, I made points about what I think about people being non-binary years ago, and they still pretty much stand today. You can feel however the fuck you want to feel. I'm not obligated to quantify your feelings. I'm sorry, kids, but that's just how it is, okay? Might make me a cunt, but that's how I feel. Anywhoomst. This whole fucking thing with the word dude. So, you got some people going, well, it's not really gender neutral, is it? Yeah, it is. Okay. For the most part. Now, yeah, dude tends to be a synonym of man, bro, bloke, whatever. But, it can be used to fucking describe woman. I've seen it used in the general direction of woman. I mean, I personally tend to use dudette whenever I can when I'm addressing a female. But it is what it is. I mean, shit. I've described my friends' female cats as small furry dudes. Same with their dogs. So are we talking people here? They're still female. But I mean, I'll address a group of people including females with, yo, what's up, my dudes? Or, I might say to a woman, hey, my dude, how's it going? Probably, hey, my dudette, how's it going? But still, either or, it's no big. And you see, here's the thing. Except for the one time I addressed my bosses at my very first job as dudes, and they got fucking uppity about it because they're a couple of egotistical cunts. I've never ever had someone chastise me for calling them a dude. Never had it happen. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I'm just saying, I've personally never encountered it in all my time on this planet. It seems to be a pretty rare thing No offense to my American homies, but it only ever seems to be an American fucking thing. But it's never happened to me. I've never been pulled up on it. I've never fucking been hit up by it, right? But the way this ties back into my original point is, I'll call you a dude. If you're gonna get offended, you be offended. Be pissed off. Be upset. Go home and cry in your pillow. Go home and cry in your food. Whatever. You be offended, I'm here, still me, not giving a shit. You being offended doesn't affect me in any way, shape, or fucking form. It also doesn't make you right. Now, I'm not saying being offended doesn't make you right at all. In certain cases, you are in the right. Like, I'm using the dude example because that's a perfect example of soft cockery. Well, let's say I go up to one of my black friends and drop an M-bomb at them with a hard R. You're perfectly within your rights to get offended and punch me in the face. Okay? If I'm willfully being a shit cunt, and that offends you, you are well within your rights to chastise me and call me out for it. But if it's some silly, frivolous bullshit, nah, G. Especially with the intent behind it, right? Like, racism has no good intent behind it. Let's not be fucking silly here. It doesn't. So, fucking, if you're upset or you're offended when I'm directly racially insulting you, obviously you've got every right to be in the wrong. But if I call you my dude and you're offended, when I've meant no malice, there's no ill will, it's just the thing I address everybody with, you're being a soft cock, and it's not my obligation to make you feel better because you're a wussy little soft ass who can't handle me calling you a dude. Denims. Poor baby. Suck it up. Make like a vacuum. Make like a Metapod. Harden the fuck up. My point is this, right? You being unable to control your emotions ain't a Skytola problem. It's a you problem. As I say, certain situations, you being offended, understandable because the other person's being a cunt. But if it's a combination of no ill will and something that really doesn't have any malicious intent or meaning behind it in the first fucking place, yeah. Yeah, that's on you, G. That is on you. If you've got a problem with me calling you dude, I might apologise, I might not. I'll endeavour not to call you it again, but I'm still going to be thinking you're a complete softcock. It's like this, okay? Too often I see people nowadays going, you can't say that. That offends me. That upsets me. That makes me sad. And people are like, well, I'm obligated to change myself because you told me to. No. Sometimes these people are full of shit and need to be told to shut the fuck up. Okay? It's like when I meet new people for the first time and I'm being my wonderful, charming self, and they start in on me immediately nitpicking at shit I say or chastising me for things I say that are perfectly cool for me to say to anybody else I hang around. If it's cool with everybody else and one person is telling me I'm a piece of shit, I'm not a piece of shit. That other motherfucker is the one with the problem. Okay? And maybe it's a bit of bullheadedness for me and maybe it's a bit of ego. But if it's not really an offensive thing, I'm not obligated to say I'm sorry. Put it to you this way. If you're apologising to every single motherfucker that tells you that they've got a problem with you, you're going to be apologising to a lot of fucking people, aren't you? When you're someone like me, who has a foul mouth, has a very dark sense of humour and says a lot of dumb shit all the time, you're going to be apologising to a lot of people. Yeah, to a point, you've got to manage your behaviour depending on who you're around. But, by the same token, if you're constantly flip-flopping between personalities because some person doesn't like one aspect of your personality or one word you use that's perfectly fucking fine to use around a bunch of other people, yeah, shit starts fucking with you. It really does. I've gone off on a massive fucking tangent here. My point is this, right? Just because someone takes offence to some shit you say, if it's not offensive in any way, shape or form, you're not obligated to apologise. Okay? Being offended by something doesn't make you right. They're not fucking synonyms, man. Okay? Like I say, if it's something particularly egregious, yeah, you apologise and sort that shit out. But when it's something like calling someone a dude and not getting uppity, that's them being a bitch. Okay? There's no malice and no ill intent. And I just realised that I never got back to a point I said I was going to address at the start of the video, so let's get back to fucking addressing that one. Dude as a word, and changing depending on the situation. Okay? Saying, oh yeah, well you wouldn't say you're sleeping with a dude if you're talking about a woman. No, you wouldn't, but as I say, you can use dude in a varying array of situations. I'm not going to say, yo's I'm balking that dude over there, and fucking point to a woman. But I could say, that small furry dude over there, and be referring to my friend's female cat or whatever. Or, these are my dudes, and it's a group of men and women. You know, the motherfucker doesn't have one rigid definition. Okay? Good Burger fucking explained it. Probably better than I could. I don't know, some people going, Damo, Good Burger was a comedy sketch that started on all that featuring fucking Cal Mitchell. What's your point? Cal Mitchell raised a good point. It's a universal thing. And if you're trying to say that it's offensive to NBs or whatever the fuck, doesn't sound like an us problem, that sounds like crippling overthink. Because that's what it is. Once again, being offended doesn't make you right. Sometimes you being offended is a case of you being an unreasonable soft cock. And if the people doing the offence have to reflect on their behaviour sometimes, well, maybe sometimes the person being offended needs to take a look at their own goddamn behaviour and think, am I being a horse's ass and overthinking? Yeah, I just might be. So, thank you for listening to me ramble on this point. I have rambled for far the fuck too long. I'm Damian Skyfire. Till next time.